Okay, well first you got the skid. Actually, I don't have a pot. Just shake that box for me. Yeah, that's not good.
That could kill me.
Look how high it's stacked. That can't be
Oh
regulation.
my god, that's actually heavy.
That's heavy, right?
Yeah.
Holy crap. And how sturdy. Look how thin this plastic wrap around it is. If this falls, if someone ran into this,
Died.
like
It's not
even at the bottom. I want one more employee to catch
All
me.
of these.
Oh, look, that can't be regulation.
All of that.
That can't be
That
regulation.
juice is literally tilted right now.
That is crazy. I could explain it later. That is a danger.
Oh, like that's just horrible. Like, that shit just
Do you
slide
see?
off. Oh, they're not juice bags.
But bro, like, look at this.
Well, I know.
What is that?
I know.
Well, who put this? Oh, look, the only thing that's wrapped kind of well. We are at Walmart on Mayfield Road, and this is my hazard. This is ridiculous. I would find something this easily. Wow. This is astonishing, man. You see what's holding it together? Same Walmart, just a different location in the kids area. Just now, look at this. Bro, this is the tallest one. Nah, whoever did this, that is outrageous. Look, even look here, it's crumbling on the inside.
I'm telling you.
And look at all over the top. Hello, that drop in the kid's head, he's going goodbye. I should have said that. So the location of the hazard is Walmart, located on Mayfield and Bramalea. The hazard itself was these different size boxes, different weight boxes stacked up on these skids in the middle of the meats and produce section. I think it's a hazard because these boxes vary in weight and they were stacked extremely high, taller than me, and it's held together with poorly wrapped shrink wrap. And it looks like it can fall over if you push it or you run into it. Anything at all, really. I think the person or the people responsible for this hazard is the Walmart staff. Walmart is at fault for this. The next question is explain how the person at fault is at fault and what they could do to prevent or minimize the hazard. The person's at fault chose to stack these boxes on the skids unsafely with little support around them, with little shrink wrap around it, on top of choosing to store it in a heavily foot trafficked area where a lot of customers come and go. So that is definitely on their fault. To prevent the hazard, the staff could have repacked the skids and shrink wrapped the product properly. Do it how they're supposed to according to regulation. They could have moved the skids to a safer location, somewhere where customers won't constantly walking in and out of. They could even have employees guide customers away from the stacks or put up barriers to restrict access to the area and try to make everyone safer. The person at fault could defend their actions by calling out people who willingly approach this hazard that we deem dangerous. They could say that we were displaying negligence because we chose to come to these highly stacked boxes that weren't being supported properly, and we acknowledged that, yet we still came closer. If a customer were to run and their running led to them hitting the boxes and injuring themselves, the store can kind of say that, oh, the customer chose to run indoors in an area filled with people, and that they willingly consented to running. Like it was their decision, it was their choice to do this dangerous activity that led to them getting hurt. What's that smell? It sounds like something is burning. Where's all this smoke coming from? Oh my god. Who left the pot on the stove with oil in it and it's on fire now. Oh my god. So this hazard took place in my kitchen at home. The hazard was a pot on the stove with oil that caught fire, and obviously the pot was left without supervision. It is a hazard because when oil is heated up enough, it catches fire and can spread. The people at risk would be my family and I, because say if the pot were to catch fire and spread, it would not only cause property damage, it can cause physical harm, and it could possibly cause mental trauma as well, because when your house burns down, it's not only causing you a lot of money, but it puts a lot of stress on the individual as well. Oh, financially too. If your house were to get a lot of damages and you don't have homeowners insurance, it can set you back thousands of dollars. The person responsible would have to be the individual who put the pot up on the stove and then left it unattended. And that person is at fault because they filled the pot with oil, they turned the stove on, they intended to do something with it, and for some reason, they just left. So the person who left the burning pot on the stove could have done a number of things differently to avoid the situation, such as turning off the stove when they left. To minimize it, they could have stayed in the vicinity of the pot instead of just leaving it completely. They could have asked someone else in the house to watch the pot as they stepped away from it. The person who put the pot on the stove, left it on with the oil in it burning, and sooner or later would catch a flame, left it unattended and is at fault because of their negligence, which their actions may have caused severe consequences. A defense the at fault person could use is that an emergency occurred and their judgment was impaired due to the severity of the emergency. For example, if they were to find out, say, a girlfriend or a loved one was in a terrible accident, the state of shock upon hearing the news may have led them to completely forget about the pot. So they could have tried and basically defend their actions based on impaired judgment because of an emergency.